Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hey, Bubba, I discovered you back in '06 when you joined with Howard.
Yeah.
And I just want to bring up that this is the end officially of Howard Stern. He endorsed 2 losers in 1 year. And when Dana White was mentioning all these media people, podcasts, it just made Howard mad that he's not in that list anymore. It's over.
Well, here's the deal. Howard will maybe you may think that it's over for Howard currently, but regardless of what Howard does for the remaining year and 3 months of his contract, you can't wipe out the 40 years of him being the most dominant media personality and the king of all media. So as Howard gets a little bit older and maybe says some outrageous political things that don't align with you, I don't think that wipes out 40 years of being the number one highest paid media personality in the world. So how Howard chooses to go out, who he chooses to politically align himself with, that's on him. But I don't let the past however many years that you feel Howard has change his legacy, because his legacy will never be anything other than the greatest of all time. Period.
No, and I agree with that, but I just think he's tried so hard this last 10 years to distance himself.
No, I mean he's tried so hard. Listen. He's tried so hard these last 10 years to do something that he never has done before, which is interview-based, opinionated-based radio, and not have the buffoonery and the whack pack and the show your penises and the stunts and the girls and the Sibians and all that. And he's tried to legitimately interview and have, musicians like Metallica and Billie Eilish and Post Malone and Paul McCartney and Billy Joel and he's had Kamala on there. Regardless of your political affiliation and how you feel he interviewed Kamala, he's changed as he's gotten older, and he doesn't have to do the shock jockey things that probably personally make him cringe in today's world, as he's saying goodbye to the industry and legitimizing his legacy. And I've changed. I don't have the strippers. I don't have the girls in here peeing into coffee cans and climbing up and down strip poles and getting in the shower and putting their boobs on the shower and shocking women's vaginas. Howard has changed, as we all have changed. And, it might not be your cup of tea now, but don't ever underestimate what his importance to radio and then satellite radio is and or was. Period.
I'm tired of hearing the whole, you don't have strippers in and you don't have strippers in, but that's not what we meant.
I'm
tired of hearing that excuse.
All right, well then don't listen. Listen.
Fake radio.
Then don't listen anymore.
Fake radio.
Then don't listen anymore. Howard, by the way, I didn't hang up on that guy. He hung up on himself. Howard doesn't care. Howard's not in the business to worry about what you care. And yes, I am sticking up for Howard. He's a friend of mine. Him and I don't align politically. But, we can still have a friendship. I still get a birthday card from him. I still get a Christmas card from him. And he's still nice enough to Bubba and Tyler Clem. He's that thoughtful. It's handwritten. And I will always consider him a friend. He's taken a lot of crap lately on his political alignment, his political, his hatred for Donald Trump, his hatred for people who voted for Donald Trump, his hatred for people who like Donald Trump. But Howard is at the point of his life where he doesn't care, nor does he have to. And people change. I've changed tremendously. I used to have, a guy over there that was a ball busting, a parody songwriting son of a bitch.
Yes.
And played a fake character named Ned. Yes. Yes. And I don't have that anymore.
No.
Yeah. No. And so, my show's done a 180. So listen, maybe Howard's not your cup of tea now. Don't call me and bitch about it. Just don't listen, because you're not going to get me in a trick bag. I've commented on. I was concerned that Howard potentially was running off some of his base by being so stiff on how much he hated Donald Trump and those that supported him. I've said my piece, but I said it classy, and I said it in a not a hurtful way that would jeopardize our friendship. But Howard is will. There'll never be another person that will emulate the success that he's had in radio and then satellite radio and film, TV. So don't call me up and tell me how much you hate Howard Stern. Call Howard up. Have the balls to call him up. Tell him to his face how much you suck. He sucks, and how much you don't like him. He'll probably hang up on you and tell you, don't ever call me again, sir. I don't care about what you think. I'm Howard Mother Effin' Stern.